Okay, now we'll look at the infrastructure of our business model. So basically we are trying to answer the question, how do we actually deliver the value proposition that we have promised to deliver for the customer? And first we start from the key resources. So basically, what are our physical resources that we have on our business model? What are our intellectual resources, like, for example, trademark? What about the human resources? So basically, knowledge, skills, and attitudes in our team, what we have. And what about the financial resources? Do we have our own money on our business model? And if we have somebody else's money, where does it come from? So basically, these four key resources, we should have one way or another a combination of these. The physical resources can be, for example, our laptop computers or our space where we are working and so on. All right, and then we have some activities, some key activities that we should do in order to deliver this value proposition for our customer. So the key activities are pretty much related to the production of the product and service that we are delivering for the customer. So that includes, first of all, the design. How do we design our product and service and the whole package, the offer for the customer? What about how do we actually produce it? How do we make it? Do we make it by ourselves, partly or entirely, or do we or do we have partners to do it? And finally, how do we actually deliver it? How do we deliver our parcel to the customer? How do we do it? Once we have considered these activities, then we may think, what are the activities that we do by ourselves? So our team here is doing some of these things, but some may be activities that it is no worth that we do it by ourselves, but we are trying to find key partners with whom we can actually deliver the service or the value proposition for the customer. And we may have different motivations to look at the key partners. First one is that we optimize, for example, optimize timing, optimize the skills, that there is some skills that we don't have, but we acquire it from our customers. Or we want to reduce risks if we don't know something by ourselves. And there is always a risk if we start doing it ourselves without knowing what we are doing. There is a risk of failure, and if that risk is too big, it may be worth to discuss with some potential partners. And finally, we may need a new knowledge, we may need new customers, or we may need some other expertise or skills that we don't have, and that is something we can ask from our key partners. So that is the infrastructure. So it consists of resources, activities, and cooperation between our partners and ourselves.